how's it going? This is going to be a general reading for both Virgo and for Libra for July 2024. But with that being said, all the readings that I do are timeless. So whenever you see this video, there may be something here for you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the Virgo reading. I just want to make sure that our sound is good before I get deep into the reading. So just give me 1 second here to make sure the sound is good. Okay, looks like it is, so that's good. All right, so we're going to do a quick sound bell here and then go ahead and get started. This is going to be a bones and charms reading. After I cast and throw the bones and charms on the mat here, I will take the camera down and bring it closer for you guys to see the bones and charms more clearly, since sometimes they're really small, okay? And then of course, after the live is done, I will be providing timestamps for some people who may just want Virgo or who just want Libra. But we're starting with Virgo, so hopefully you'll figure that part. But if not, I like to put the timestamps anyway. And then of course, we'll put the one for Libra in a little bit as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start here. So sound bell is good for clearing from previous energy from another reading or just in general. Okay, it's good to take a couple of deep breaths, and it's good for me to connect with my guides to make sure that I am delivering the messages as clearly as possible. All right, so if you're sensitive to sound, you may want to turn it down a little bit, since sometimes it does get a little bit loud, but it won't be for very long. All right, so this is going to be for Virgo for July 2024. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what we have for Virgo coming up. I'm just going to set my little timer here because sometimes I don't realize how much time or what time is when I'm in the zone. I'm going to have a little bit of background noise music here. So if you see me, touching the phone again, that's not me touching my phone or being distracted. It's just turning the music either up or down because there are commercials and those kinds of things. All right, so I have all the bones and charms here. So we're gonna go ahead and shuffle them per se, right? And shake them and get the energy. So again, if it's a little noisy, it's just for a little bit. All right, thank you guys for your understanding and for being here. All right, everybody is welcome. So messages for Earth sign Virgo. Earth sign Virgo for July 2023. Earth sign Virgo. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for July 2023. Messages for their highest good. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Messages for Earth sign Virgo. Just a little bit more here. All right, the spirits guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for their said 2023. 2024. Okay, that was weird. So there may be something coming up that's coming from 2023 or makes you look back at that year. Okay, but we are at 2024, so that's my bad. Okay, but maybe I said that for a reason. All right, so spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for July 2024. For July 2024, for their highest bid. Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo for July 2024. Messages for Virgo, Earth sign Virgo for July 2024. For their highest bid. Spirits guide my hands. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for July 2024. Virgo. Messages for Virgo. Earth sign Virgo for July 2024. Get that out of the way. This keeps bumping in. My arm is bumping in. Okay. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for July 2024. For the highest bid. Virgo. What do they need to see? What does Virgo need to know for their highest good for July 2024? Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo for July 2024. Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo for July 2024. For their highest good. Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo for July 2024. All right. So now that we have all the bones and charms, once I flip over a couple of them, just so you can see them more clearly, and for when I take the photo, which I always take for all the readings that I will upload after the reading is done, just so you can see things more up close in detail. Some people, if they're watching later, they can always look at the photo like while they're listening too, to see the overall big picture of all the different quadrants and where things are. All right, so I'm just again flipping over the ones that I can without disturbing too many. There are some that I can't flip over just because they are too close to each other and I don't want to mess them up. So when that happens, I will just flip them over when we get to that certain point, okay? Maybe that one, flip it, okay. Very gentle. All right, so yeah, let me take a picture here and then again, I will take the camera down so you guys can see everything more clearly and up close. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'll go this way. All right. Let's see what we have here for you, Virgo. All right. So this is a general reading, right? Meant for multiple people. Everybody is welcome. Doesn't matter where you may have Virgo in your chart, okay? But yeah, so we have these different quadrants on the mat. We have body and mental, we have relationships and love, we have spiritual and conscious, and then we have work and money, okay? So I'm gonna put the camera down just for 1 second and hover my hands over and see where Spirit wants me to start, okay? So let me just do that real quickly. Spirits, where would you like me to start this reading, please? Guide my hands. All right, so they kind of want to start like right here. So we will do that. Let me pull the camera back up here and hopefully it'll focus in just a second. But yeah, basically, you know, sometimes the readings will start, come on camera, where there is the skulls in the reading, but it doesn't always have to be that way. So right now it says it kind of wants to start right around here in the work and money sector quadrant. So I'll go ahead and do that. Trying to figure out how I can get the camera to focus. Come on, camera. Focus on the crystal, something. Okay, camera. What else can I do? Maybe if I just turn it for a second. Looks like maybe I want to just focus. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right, sometimes when you go in and out, it just does that. So, all right, here we go, Virgo. So like I was starting to say, depending on sometimes where the skulls are in a reading, and I have 2 in this set, that can tell us where someone's mind is at, you or someone else or multiple people, general environment situation, okay? But it doesn't always, Spirit doesn't always tell me to start there. But for you this time it did, okay? And it's interesting, it makes sense because we have both of your skulls here. You know, I'll just show you that one so you can see, and then I'll flip it back over. But yeah, they both kind of want to start over here. All right. So it looks like here, Virgo, we do have your first skull is touching the end of this buckeye here, okay? And let's very gently flip it over a little bit. It is also, the buckeye is touching the balance scales, okay, Libra energy, and that is also touching the raccoon penis bone, the first one here that's going from the work quadrant section into the spiritual unconscious quadrant, okay? So it could be that throughout this month here, Libra, you or someone else, or just the general energy is thinking a lot about how to bring more abundance into your life. And abundance is not just money, but whatever you want to manifest in your life. But it really feels like a focus can be on work and money, since that's the quadrant that it fell in, okay, for the majority of the buckeye energy here. If you see these dotted lines, that is where the quadrant separates into the next one, okay? But yeah, there could be a focus here on abundance, striving for balance, could have something to do with justice, or could have something to do with a Libra, either dealing with another Libra or Libra in your chart, or even referencing to Libra season. But if it's not a Libra, it's just that kind of justice and balance energy. And when we see all of that, again, touching this first raccoon penis bone, it's almost like there is this masculine energy here showing up. We all have masculine and feminine inside of us that is like facilitating or helping bring this in the 3D physical world, okay? But right on the other side too, though, I'll just flip it over so you can see, we have one of the seashells, okay? And seashells do represent feminine energy. So it's almost like there is masculine energy helping manifest this, but also feminine energy. When we talk about the seashells too, it can be talking about needing to listen to something, right? Because if we put certain seashells up to our ear, it can talk about listening, right? But it's more about the feminine energy as far as this seashell. The other one over here could be more of a listening one. But anyway, with this feminine energy here showing up, Virgo, it's leaning on the Norse excuse me, symbol for protection. Okay, so it could be I don't know what's underneath it yet, but I can see things that are around it. There could be something in your environment with the spider and the spider web here that is like divinely protected. Okay, and if we look this way too, you have your turkey wishbone here kind of right in the center of all of your quadrants. Okay, and so the inside the turkey wishbone, right, is also the spider and the spider web, and the Norse symbol for protection. So it could be something here that you are wishing for, or someone else is, or general environment situation. It could have something to do with the home and healing because we have the chair and the lizard over here. Could be also something to do with your happiness, right? Following your North Star. And it could be also that there is, it's hard to see because it's black here, but you also have your coffin is one of my symbols for passed on loved ones, friends, spirit guides, guardian angels, energy beyond the veil that wants to help with whatever this wish is. Okay, it could be one wish or it could be like multiple wishes, right? It'll be different for everybody. But I believe, and I'm gonna move the spider web here, but it looks like the safety pin is underneath it. So it's like some kind of wish dealing with something within the home, within healing, maybe striving for safety. Okay. Yes, there is the safety pin. I'm just gonna move that over there a little bit and so you can see it. Okay. So it's like there's this healing, there's safety, but also there's a safety with your dreams, your goals, and aspirations as far as work and money, because again, it is in that work and money sector there with the bow and the arrow. Could have something to do with a Sagittarius or Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius in your chart, or the Sagittarius season, or it doesn't have anything to do with Sagittarius, but it's just a symbol for Sag. Okay. So it's like all of this beautiful healing energy about a home or within the home, that's divinely protected. It has a lot of safety around it, right? Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors are also wanting to help like facilitate this. So that is really beautiful. Now I'm going to go ahead and move the Norse symbol for protection and kind of put it over here and see what's underneath it, okay? So here we have one of the coyote penis bones, okay? And we have the feather, we've got the witch symbol, we have corn, and then we also have the horseshoe and the ladybug kind of inside there, okay? Now, when we talk about the coyote penis bone here, this is again masculine energy. You can talk about teamwork, something to do with masculine teamwork energy within work environments or with the money, okay, or the finances. But there's a lot of good luck around it and a lot of clearing energy as well. With that feather there. Now there could be, the witch here is my symbol for friend. So it could be that there's a friend or a group of friends that's helping you with this, or you're helping someone else. Okay, just take it how it may resonate. And then with the corn here, it's like something of that wants to be substantial, like provide substance, like either financially or with something of value or with work, okay, and money. Excuse me. Now we do see here this long thin bone, okay, that is the snake vertebrae. I'm sorry, not vertebrae. It is the snake rib bone, okay? And so this is kind of underneath that first seashell that we were talking about too. So it's saying here that if there's all this masculine energy with all these raccoon penis bones and coyote penis bones, right? We all have masculine and feminine, that this feminine energy perhaps wants you to breathe more. Because if we're talking about the 3D physical world and manifesting things, that can, sometimes get a little tiring, right? Or have tendency to burn out. So with the feminine energy here with the seashell, it's just like reminding you or reminding someone else or multiple people, general environment situations, is just remember to breathe, right? So if there's any constrictive energy, just take the time to take a couple of breaths, right? It's always good for everybody. Now when we see like this part over here with the snake rib bone, it's also falling on the scissors, okay, and then we have the leaf on one side and we have the seahorse over here on the other side, okay. So the scissors talk about a need to cut something away. Seahorse is my symbol for family, The leaf is a symbol for clearing, okay? So it could be that there's something that needs to be cleared here, around family or ideas of family, or with the family, or with parents, or about being a parent or something, whatever it may be. But it could be something that you have been thinking about for quite some time. This is one of the human teeth bones. You've got another one over there. We'll get to that one in a minute. But there's something that you've been thinking about for quite some time, wanting to bring this into balance with the yin and yang. There's a lot of good luck on cutting away whatever this is. With the 4-leaf clover here, this could be something that, had a lot of emotions around it, with the cup over here, and could have had a lot of emotions regarding perhaps some type of safety and freedom with the ship anchor that is underneath the cup. Okay. And we also have literally the freedom symbol kind of going up that way into another quadrant. So we'll get back to that in a little bit, okay? Because I just want to stay in this quadrant first. But if we kind of go more to the right here, Virgo, we also have, with this cutting away of whatever this family clearing thing is, there is this beautiful turtle and then the book charm, okay? So this is like needing to go slow with some type of information, that could relate to work, money, and finances, that then goes back and relates to the family, okay? But it looks like that maybe there might be a few challenges here. It could be in the past, or it could be still going on a little bit, with some type of masculine energy, that perhaps had a little bit of this stagnant energy. We have the symbol, masculine symbol there. We have the charm, the mountain charm, and then we have the lock. So a little bit of stagnant energy as far as some type of challenges, masculine energy, and it could have something to do with a Capricorn, or during Capricorn season, or one of those things or none of those things. It could also just be the general characteristics of Capricorn energy, which they're earth sign just like you, Virgo, depending on where you have Virgo in your chart. It's like never giving up, okay? So it's the goat always going up the mountain, and being flexible, and if they fall down or they lose their footing a little bit, then they just climb right back up, okay? So it could talk about needing some flexibility with some type of challenging, stagnant energy, okay? But let's keep going, because I feel like that is more maybe past stuff, or if it's not past, it's just like very small, okay? Because if we pull back again here, we're going to see everything in detail in all the quadrants, is the majority of your bones and charms landed in your work and money sector. So it could be that there's just a lot, going on during this month, or even beyond, that has something to do with those themes, okay? Trying to figure out which way they want me to go, but we'll just keep going this way, since a lot of these are already touching each other. So over here with the second human teeth bone is then touching one of the animal claws, that is then touching the second raccoon penis bone here, okay? So it's like you could be, or someone else, really chewing over, digesting, and marinating on how to do even more clearing here, okay? Because we have the broom sitting on top of that raccoon penis bone. Now, inside the top of the raccoon penis bone, we have the symbol for Saturn, okay? And throughout the whole year for 2024, we have a lot of Saturn placements going on, okay? So Saturn is known as Father Time. It's a stern, stricter kind of energy, getting organized, paying bills, getting these things done. So it could be like once this clearing happens, then more of the Saturn energy may be able to manifest here for you, Virgo. It looks like also with the skeleton hand and the baby here, charm, that your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, past on loved ones, etc., could be telling you to be more strict, either with children or about children. If it's not an actual child in the 3D physical world, it could be getting more strict or stern with your inner child, okay? Maybe, I don't usually feel like that for Virgo energy, but it could be different for everybody, right? Since it is a general reading meant for multiple people. But there's something here about that childlike energy, okay? If it's not actual physical children that you know or have, right? So you hopefully know what that means for you. Um, but as we go this way, since it's very close, but it's not touching one of the bumblebees here, it could be that this inner child or youthful childlike energy has something to do with your innate, personal power in regards to your work and money, since we're still in that quadrant. Okay, so it's definitely something to think about here. Now, if we pull back a little bit here, it fell a little bit outside of the mat, but it's still in that quadrant. Okay, we've got the lion here, so Leo energy, but it's really also not necessarily just about the zodiac signs, but it's about passion and courage and creativity and that fiery kind of energy. So when we see this in the past, it could be recent past or further back, whatever that means for you, there was like a striving with this coyote claw to bring in more strength, okay, in some, shape or another, okay. So I feel like that's something that you have been working on and it's coming. And then the more that you do this clearing that we talked about, then and getting more serious about certain things, then I feel like that strength is going to come in. Now, if we go this way here, Virgo, we do have really beautifully your money bags ended up in your work and money sector. So that's always cool to see. Not only did you have the Buckeye, right, now you've got money bags here. So it's landing right on top of the wish charm as well. So it could be like talking about during this month, Virgo, you're getting something to do with work or something of value or with money or the finances that you've been wishing for. And this could bring a lot of happiness here with the sun over here, okay. So that is beautiful. Now if we go this way a little bit too here, again in your quadrant, if you go all the way out, because this was like almost, your rabbit's foot, Lucky's rabbit's foot, was like lying right on the border between relationships and love quadrant and your work and money quadrant, okay. So that is cool to see because it is crossing a little bit. So again, a lot of good luck here for you, Virgo, with your work and money sector, but also with your relationships and love that we'll get into in a little bit here. But to finish up the work and money quadrant over here on the side, again, could be stuff more like past energy. We have the angel coin sitting on top of the frog. Okay, so it could be that somewhere here, Virgo, in the recent past or further back in the past, there was some type of leap of faith that, possibly your angels literally wanted you to do or wanted to help you with. Or it could be about someone else, multiple people, general environment situation. It could be that you or someone else already did this because, again, it's more of like this past energy. But with it being so close to the hummingbird is my symbol for doing what you're naturally good at, okay, and not caring what other people think. So again, because it is in the work and money sector, it could be that this leap of faith in the past that your angels wanted you to do or wanted someone to do, it had something to do again with really, trusting in the work that you do or how you make money, or something of value, right? So it doesn't just have to be work and money because we value money. We put prices on things. So it could also be about your value in yourself, again, with what you're innately good at and your talents and not necessarily caring what other people think here, okay? All right, so now let's go into the relationships and love quadrant since it's so close and a lot of things kind of are spilling over here. So since we were already kind of, oops, sorry about that, guys, talking about the things that have fallen outside the mat, okay, for relationships and love, we have the symbol for water all the way out here, okay? So that's another symbol for emotions, okay? So it could be that in the past or the recent past, there was like a lot of emotions regarding relationships and love, okay? So relationships is all relationships, not just romantic love, platonic love, self-love, all the things, okay? So when we see this emotions in the past, and then we go back a little bit here to the work and money sector, because it's spilling over and they're all kind of touching each other. The other symbol for emotions is the cup, right? So remember how I said, during the month of July, I could be thinking a lot about clearing something emotionally, about something to do with freedom and safety. It could be that you receive during this month, Virgo, some type of letter, message, document of something to do with some type of important relationship, okay, with that letter, envelope, charm, I'm sorry. And because I'm going to move this a little bit, put that over there since it's so big and fluffy. It could bring in, and this could be, some type of masculine energy around this letter, message, document, but it's bringing in a lot of freedom, okay, with, the handcuffs, okay, the freedom cuffs as they call it. Could have something to do with something legally, but it doesn't have to be, or a court case, but it doesn't have to be. But this is something that maybe you've been really longing for, or someone else has been longing for, because it could be that whatever this message, letter, message, document that comes in, and it could be, what is a letter, message, document? It could be, something from your spirit guides, guardian angels. It doesn't have to be a physical letter or email or document. Okay, it could be a text message. It could be a lot of things. Remember, we did have that text message sound come through, so it could be from you guys getting a text. But this has something to do with teamwork and vibrations within one of these relationships, or all of these relationships here, because we also see the bat. So that talks about vibrations, right? Bats use echolocation because they're blind to talk to each other. And it could be that there was a lot of questions, okay, with the question mark here, Virgo, that you had or someone else had, really like regarding something that you or someone else was wishing for, because your turkey wishbone is also in, okay, the end of it here is in the relationships and love sector, and it also the chair. So something that you were wishing for, something about home and something to do with healing and finding better vibrations within the home, or within what we are wishing for, and healing around those things, okay. But I do feel like these emotions kind of from the past, again with the water over there and then the water here, kind of lead up to this letter, message, document that comes in and brings this kind of freedom energy, okay. Now I do see over here as well, Virgo, we have really beautiful, we have the butterfly, okay, so that's my symbol for transformation. It's right on the border there, but it's mainly in relationships and love sector. So it could be a really transformative month for you, for how you relate to yourself and others. And then you've got Cupid over here literally pointing to the love word that's written on the mat, okay, so that's really cool. So again, it doesn't just have to be romantic love, it can be platonic love with friends and family, and also self-love. But what's on top over here, we see, Virgo, is we have the fork, okay, and on top of the fork is the dragonfly, and then on the other side is the apple. So this can be talking about really, again, throughout the month, processing, what we digest as far as relationships. Like, again, how do we react to ourselves and with others? And what does that say about our dreams, okay, with the dragonfly? And what can we learn from these things with the apple there? Could be that there is an actual teacher, mentor, or spiritual guide that helps you with this, or you're helping someone else, okay, or both, or vice versa. But it feels like with the elephant here, a little bit over this way, not touching, but just right over here, is that there is something to do with memory. Elephants represent memory. So maybe even like unearthing again how we relate to ourselves and others, and how we did that in the past, and maybe how we can do that in the future here as well. Sorry, that was my timer. Just to let me know generally what time it is, all right? But I see that that's like really beautiful, okay, here, Virgo. Now also over here, still in the love and relationships quadrant section, is we have the other honeybee. Okay, so the honeybee is about teamwork, right? The honeybee, they serve the queen bee, but it's also about your innate individual power and how it's felt when you pull it back. okay? When the little worker bees aren't around, or if some of them decide they don't want to work for the queen anymore, right? That's when their impact is kind of felt. And so because it's so close and it's kind of mirroring the hummingbird that was in your work and money, talking about doing things that you're innately good at, and not caring what other people think, I really feel that there's this strong energy here, Virgo, throughout the month of July, where you are like activating your individual power too. And it's so beautiful because remember, I moved this over, but your lucky rabbit's foot here was like right on the border, but the majority of it is all in relationships and love. So you have a lot of good luck energy here, and it's also good luck on your individual power. So self love could be really important here as well. Other types of love also important, but that's like really emphasized there here, Virgo. Now, as we go this way, right, we've got the seashell, and then we have the symbol for Pisces over here, the twin fish. So it could have something to do with some type of relationship, either with a Pisces or during Pisces season. Or if it has nothing to do with Pisces, right, it could also be that it's talking about going with the flow and having more water energy. And when we think of water, again, we're talking about emotions, right? We started talking about that. So it could be like, maybe in the past, the emotions for yourself or someone else here, multiple people, general environment situation, was like really overwhelming or needed to be like, dealt with in all these other areas as far as how you deal with emotions with work and money, because that one's down here. The other one in the past is over here in relationships and love. So if it's not, again, dealing with a Pisces or something to do with Pisces season, it could just be needing to like have that water energy here, also with the seashell, of going with the flow, maybe possibly even in the heart chakra, okay? I also see a lot of beautiful feminine energy here with this other seashell, as well. So again, maybe we all have masculine and feminine inside of us, but maybe like activating, or it's going to be activated here for you, Virgo, more of that like kind of feminine receiving energy. Okay, as a stereotype, we say feminine energy. And we're not talking about gender or that kind of stuff. We're talking about just the energy. The feminine energy is known as to be more receiving. Okay. So you may receive something again with that letter message document, but if it's not like a physical thing that you're receiving, it could be more on, another plane, right? It could be receiving something in the 5D, or just receiving something more spiritual and how it relates to your relationships and love. Okay. All right, so let's pull all the way back out for a second here. I'm going to I forgot to put this back earlier. This is your spider web and your North symbol for protection that went in your work and money that we already talked about. But let's go over here to the body and mental, since it's basically the next one, and then we'll end on spiritual and unconscious. Okay, but yeah, it's pretty not a whole lot right outside of the matter going on here. Not so much emphasis during this month, Virgo, for the body and the mental, because maybe you have some of that covered already, right? But yeah, I see here that there could also be this, it's like on the actual figure here of this person meditating, we've got the cloud, okay, on one leg, and then we have the strawberries on the other. So it could be that you're having a good balance in your body and mental here throughout the month, Virgo, between cloudiness, energy, and confusion, and going over the details. I really feel like you're going kind of back and forth, or just getting rid of the cloudiness like in general, and just focusing on the details here. But this could have something to do, if there's any cloudiness, it's kind of far away, it's not touching, or confusion, something to do with either some type of travel with the ship here, or something to do with water. But yeah, it doesn't feel like overwhelming by any means. It feels very small, again, because the majority of your bones and charms were in all these other quadrants. Okay. All right, let's go over this way now, Virgo. So now we're in the spiritual unconscious quadrant here, okay? And we have some stuff, like a little bit of overlap here with the work and money, and also the relationships and love, okay? So I kind of want to start right here on the corner. If you can see that coffin charm is there as well, okay? So again, because the turkey bone, this is the center of the whole mat landed there. It could be something that you're working on or wishing for throughout the month of July. And it could be that, again, your spiritual unconscious team is supporting those wishes for you in work and money and relationships and love, okay? Because this coffin symbol represents past on loved ones, friends, family, ancestors, etc. Okay, so that makes sense that it would fall in the spiritual unconscious quadrant, so that is really beautiful. All right. Now I see that this masculine energy again that crosses the quadrant sections between work and money and spiritual unconscious with that raccoon penis bone is like that masculine energy trying to manifest something in the 3D physical world on one side, but also manifesting things in the spiritual unconscious, like 5D side, okay? But I want to move this just a little bit for a second. So you can see these are the listening bells, okay? So it could be here, Virgo, that you're really listening to this, or you're opening your spiritual unconscious to listen more to that and how you can manifest those things more on the spiritual side. Now, since this alligator claw, okay, was also touching the raccoon penis bone, if we move it over, we've got coyote penis bone underneath as well. So a lot of masculine energy on one side and then some feminine energy here with the seashell. But the alligator claw talks about striving for something, reaching for something, right? And because it's in the spiritual unconscious quadrant, it isn't necessarily about money, because sometimes it's more about money, but here it's reaching for these things, okay? And it could be something that you or someone else has been manifesting for quite some time, because here we have one of the other human teeth bones, okay? And so it's like marinating and thinking about, you know, what are the things that I can listen to coming from the spiritual unconscious. If we flip that seashell over, we can see that, let's pretend it was a really big one. You hold it up to your ear and you could hear the ocean, right? So it could be, again, just needing to listen more to these things and how they can help you manifest, and not only the 3D physical world, but the 5D spiritual world as well, okay? Now, when we go this way, Virgo, we've got, this is the crown here, okay? It's hard to see with all those other designs. You got your nutmeg, you've got your dog ankle bone, you have another animal claw, you've got the fish, you've got the doves, and the lightning bolt here. So all of these are kind of separate. These two are touching each other, but let's start with the separate ones here. It could be here, Virgo, that there is, you know, some type of spiritual unconscious energy that needs more flexibility, or is going to bring more flexibility, because if we move it, it's right on the unconscious and spiritual words like that are written on the mat, okay? So it could be that this is something that you have been striving for, to be more flexible in the spiritual unconscious, and it's really close to getting to that. With the nutmeg here, it's like more abundance and how to bring those things together. It could be that there is a person of authority with the crown here, or someone who has a lot of confidence that could be helping you with this, or this could be something that that you are helping others with, because perhaps here, Virgo, some of you guys are more spiritually unconsciously having confidence in those areas and wanting to help others, okay? It could be vice versa, or it could be both, okay? Depending on how it may resonate for you. But I feel like, you know, with the fish here too, Virgo, you are wanting to bring in more prosperity in those spiritual unconscious realms, okay? And it could be something that you've wanted even, you know, from the recent past. I feel like the more that you focus on that flexibility, again with the dog ankle bone here, that it could lead to some type of a spiritual unconscious idea with the lightning bolt here. And this idea is going to bring so much beautiful, peaceful energy here with the doves charm, Virgo. So that is so beautiful as well. Now I want to lift up this other charm here, the no charm with the angel on it, and see what's underneath it. Okay, so here we have the rope symbol. So I'm just going to put it back so you can see it was kind of like peeking out on the side there. And there, this is falling on the cross symbol. So again, that's just the symbol they put on the mat to show the spiritual unconscious, right? But basically, there could be something that needs more time, okay, Virgo, in the spiritual unconscious realm, okay, with that no being on top of the rope, because the rope is a symbol for time itself, for the seasons, for the wheel, like the wheel of fortune turning, right? We have that circular energy. So it could just be sometimes when we see a no, we don't like it, right? If it's said to us, but sometimes it's about saying it to somebody else too, right? It's going to be different for everybody. But I really feel like because that angel, even though it looks scary like that, it's still angel wings. It's like your spiritual team, your unconscious team, because it's in that quadrant too. Perhaps it's protecting you or you're protecting someone else, but it's really like it's not the right time. It just could be not the right time here for something. And it could have something to do with travel, because again, that ship is like a little bit in the working the work and no, I'm sorry. Let's say that again. It's not that quadrant. It is in the body and mental quadrant, the majority of it, and then the other part is in the spiritual unconscious quadrant. Sorry guys, sometimes the coffee hasn't kicked in all the way. But yeah, it's like could be something, this no and needing more time could have something to do with travel. Or perhaps it's like if you are not ready or someone else isn't ready to spiritually travel. Okay, we could talk about astral projection or lucid dreaming or something. It could be like not the time for that just yet. Okay, especially if you have so much going on in the 3D physical world and all these other quadrants here, Virgo. It could just be like your spiritual team is like that takes a lot of energy. Okay, when you do astral travel or lucid dreaming, right? So it could just be like, you don't necessarily have to do that right now, right? That could be another kind of added message there. But generally overall, I see a lot of really beautiful things here, Virgo. I hope some of that is, making sense for you today or whenever you see this. Always feel free to let me know in the comments if something may resonate for you, or you just want to confirm that this is your message, or confirm later that something like this, did make sense for you personally in your life if you feel guided, but you don't have to, of course. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back up here and kind of just talk to you guys for a second. Okay. Got all the things here. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay, stay. Okay. All right, so that is your reading, dear Virgo. Thank you so much, as always, for your time, for your energy, for your views, for your likes, your subscriptions. They're all great free ways to support the channel, whether it's here on YouTube or on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, whatever it is, right? I appreciate you and all that good stuff. So I'm going to change the title of this video because I don't think I have time right now to move on to Libra, but I will definitely be coming back tonight with Libra, okay? So just, look out for that a little bit later this evening, or whenever you see it. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Take care. And I will see you guys later. All right. Bye.